if you're going through a path that's not gonna lead you to become a millionaire and you're gonna bust your ass every single day, then obviously you're gonna be in the same position that you were. Because like, you know what I'm saying? Like busting your ass in a 9 to 5, you think you're gonna be a millionaire when you're doing a 9 to 5 all the time?
I mean, in certain cases you can be a millionaire.
No, if you're working towards something is what I'm saying. Like people do 9 to 5, but they also have another goal in mind, another side hobby, something they're working on, school or whatever, right?
Sure.
But I'm saying that if you sustain a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life and not have anything else to do, and if you think you're gonna become a millionaire, then you're dreaming.
Not necessarily.
There's a lot of labor and communal effort that goes into getting all of us here that we don't get paid for, that other people don't get paid for. The examples that you two gave are perfect, actually. You both earn your money by extracting value from capital transactions. You know, you are not building the house you're selling. You're not out there working like in a slave mine, pulling selenium out of the earth like some people on this planet are. And we have to re-understand what it means to earn money and how we all interact to do that.
How would you address based off extracting value if you start a company from the ground and then you build it into a multi-million-dollar company?
But no one does that because there's investors and stuff that come in too.
Not always.
Most of the time. I mean, you have to get capital from somewhere.
I have raised money before.
Yeah.
But I've also started companies that I didn't raise money for.
How would you finance them?
By working a part-time retail job for minimum wage and then saving up and then putting it in.
Oh, so you actually did go through retail.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I thought it was just like he just had money.
Nah.
Oh wow.
I think it's part of general society. We are always judging each other. Having used SNAP points before, like standing in a grocery store using the card that I've gotten for the government to pay for food and feeling the people behind me thinking that's something that you haven't earned or gotten.
Has somebody ever asked you to use your SNAP on them?
I mean, I have. Generally, there's not that much to go around.
It's the same mentality when it's $1 versus SNAP. Somebody could still ask me to share. Well, you get it. Why can't you help me out?
I didn't step forward because me personally, I surround myself with people that just like, what's in my bank account just doesn't matter to the people that are around me. I do think a lot of judgment towards how much you make reflects on like your dating experience. That I do feel.
See, I've never had that because I'm so frugal.
Other aspects
If
of
there are
dating
girls that are out there who want me for my money, like they should know I'm probably like the cheapest person out there. I literally will wait like 9 p.m. for happy hour to start just so I get the happy hour menu. And so, like, so I would be like,
As you should.
That's the last
As you
person.
should. As you should.
That's how some millionaires become millionaires, because they learn how to be cheap. You have to master how to be cheap to become a millionaire.
For sure.
If you're not saving, then what are you? How are you gonna get money? Like how are you gonna get whatever you want? How can you build something if you're not saving?
It's true.
That ass.
And the thing is, he brings up a good point by like trying to be, not necessarily trying to be cheap. I think like he's more so like, all right, yes, he's trying to be cheap, but it's like, all right, he's talking about how money works in dating too. Because you know nowadays he was as well. Like nowadays a lot of people like I read this quote on Twitter, like women date men's pockets.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it could be men dating women's pockets too. But like, it's like
the majority is still men because guys still have to pay for their dates.
OD. Like one of my friends was telling me how he like he basically just tells girls that, yo, like I'm broke, I don't have nothing to my name, and he sees if they'll still stick around.
Right?
And that's the smart thing to do, because like you don't really want someone chasing you for your bread.
True.
You know.
Do you know how much money people
realize that they're being used for money?
But people use so much money on dates.
Oh God.
On relationships,
Oh,
like
God.
the money just gone blown.
It's
like
crazy.
damn. That's insane.
Sort of like gold digger.
But
would
definitely
want.
we know what you're doing.
I find myself in situations with these boys that have no job, no nothing. And I end up taking on these charity cases of relationships. Oh, why don't you put him on or build him up? And it's like, you can't
You could pause it real
build.
quick.
Yeah, it's not motivating.
If you're a millionaire, you think a millionaire would low-key date within their, not necessarily like, okay, not saying that she would go and tell people, yo, I'm a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? But you would think she would go for someone who's like, you know, of not necessarily like she's looking for them to have $100,000 or like that much money, but she would like in the back of her mind,
her
like
range.
exactly,
Around her range.
exactly, like
Yeah.
dating people who, you know, are a little bit doing good for themselves. You would think that, you know.
Yeah, and it's a
saying?
surprise. It's a surprise, definitely, to hear her say that, because
dating some broke dudes.
Yeah, because
Shit,
not
if
a
I'm
lot of people
millionaire,
don't. Not a lot of millionaires don't do that. But some millionaires actually do that, because they feel like the people that are
of their
like below their caliber are much people like easier people to deal with, because they're in charge. They have the money. They have the say in everything they do. That's why some millionaires do that.
I feel that. Would you date with, if you had a lot of money? Would you date, like, it's not that you know how someone's pockets are, but it's just what you perceive. Would you date within your range, or you think you would maybe date, not really?
I would do both, but if I have to pick one, I have to pick below.
Okay.
Below, because it's just much easier to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because if you both have, especially I'm a guy, like specifically a guy, like the cultural thing to do, like a cultural thing is that guys are in charge of the household, right? So the guy's the breadwinner technically. So if I have the most money, if I'm making the most money, it's actually works in my favor compared to a girl that's making a lot of money and she's the breadwinner. It does build some type of conflict and tension, and it becomes very, because it messes with the guy ego type shit.
That's true.
Like, you're telling me what to do. But it's a gender thing. Sometimes it boils down to a gender thing. But honestly, a lot of rich people do go after people in lower class because it's much easier. It's much easier. And I'm not even surprised. Shit, I would do it too.
I mean, you can. I've met guys I've dated that, go on to have success.
One thing, obviously the risk will be the person might be using you for your money.
That's why, like, you it's not smart to make it known your economic status sometimes.
Yeah.
Because then like, people, they take advantage of that.
Yeah.
You don't want to flex too much,
I mean, some people some people put surgeons and were like, I'm a technician in their Tinder bio.
I mean, hey, they know that's gonna attract debate.
Of course.
Businesses from my input. You want to date somebody equal or greater, but then you don't want to be materialistic about like, well, I only date people with money because I make money.
Anyone can become rich if you work hard enough.
This is gonna be an interesting one.
Ooh. Now, this I want to see what this.
So I just think that anyone could become rich if they actually believed in themselves and took the risk to actually believe in themselves. That there is some success at the end of the line of that.
I feel like a lot of it comes down to mindset first, and really having the belief that you can do that. I know for me, one of my biggest concerns was I didn't have any skills whatsoever, and I didn't get into college. I have like a 2.0 GPA in high school. It was terrible. I had such bad grades, but I really turned that into a positive, and I really believe this actually happened for a reason, because now I could pursue something else, which was real estate, because that didn't require a college degree. And looking back now, that was the best thing that had ever happened.
All right, pause that. Pause that.
Okay. So, go.
I think, like, I mean, it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
but it's not only working hard enough, There's a lot of factors into becoming rich.
Yes, work smarter.
Definitely, like, but mindset does play a big part in it, because maybe sometimes, you come from a place where you didn't have money. So, like, it's easy to just get caught up in, like, and not even get caught up in, more so, like, your belief is that, okay, my parents don't have money, we don't have money, I might just end up working my whole life and, make an honest living and I'll be straight,
Yeah, but
or you can have a mentality of, okay, I see.
That would motivate the average person to actually get.
But not everybody thinks like that.
Of course, not everybody thinks like that. Of course, they'll be trapped in that small bubble that society put you in. And you think it's impossible.
Yeah,
because you need patience. But nothing is gonna fall on your lap if you don't work hard for it. So they're right. You definitely need to have the mentality, the mindset, and you're right too. And to like get what you want and be successful, and you can definitely do it. Just work hard. Being lazy doesn't get you anywhere.
No, for sure.
Wow. What a repeat of the other podcast that we had.
That's like a really sticky situation with anyone can become like rich, and because I don't think that's completely true. A lot of people can if they have like connections and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's way more than just working hard.
They work.
Yeah.
It's that working hard is just like
Yeah, if it's just working hard,
you know?
broad, no. I mean, it depends. That's why I say work smarter, because you need to think and calculate what you're going to do to achieve that status.
That's facts.
If you're going through a path that's not gonna lead you to become a millionaire and you're gonna bust your ass every single day, then obviously you're gonna be in the same position that you were. Because like, you know what I'm saying? Like busting your ass in a 9 to 5, you think you're gonna be a millionaire when you're doing a 9 to 5 all the time?
I mean, in certain cases you can be a millionaire.
No, if you're working towards something is what I'm saying. Like people do 9 to 5, but they also have another goal in mind, another side hobby, something they're working on, school or whatever, right?
Sure.
But I'm saying that if you just stay in a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life and not have anything else to do, and if you think you're gonna become a millionaire, then you're dreaming.
Not necessarily.
How can you become? How can you do a 9 to 5?
You can have a 9 to 5 and just become a millionaire off that alone.
How?
Because like think about it.
I mean,
just the thing is,
like, I'm talking about like a fast
factor
food.
would be like time. Okay, I get what you mean in certain. Okay, it depends because there's different levels of the 9 to 5.
Yes,
So,
you're right.
like,
There's different levels, but I was talking about like the fast food.
It would
grocery
just take time, like
a
a long time, you know.
A lot of saving.
But yeah,
a lot of saving.
That's the thing too.
But I don't think you can become a millionaire. Still, regardless,
There are jobs out there that you can become a millionaire with the 9 to 5 though.
A crew member in a Wendy's or McDonald's, you can still become a millionaire through that. I don't know. I never met a person like that, or never heard of anything like that.
9 to 5. Surprise.
You need love. There's levels to it. You need to have liquid.
That's true.
You need to have
even
investments.
With the 9 to 5. Like you gotta just have multiple sources.
Multiple
of
sources of income. So I don't think you can you can become a millionaire just through a normal 9 to 5.
It definitely gives
it is
you,
plain.
It will help you have that kind of essentially that cushion. More so, not even like it helps you to. It can propel you to get to that spot. Like think about it. Most people, like the way you really have to think about it is that the money that you get from there, you have to use it to start, funding other shit. Like you could use that money to go towards your investments.
Yeah.
You could use that money to save up for a crib. You can use up that money to whatever,
Yeah.
So it's just kind of how you think about how
Think smarter. Think smarter. Plan things out, and you shall achieve that 1% dream. Funny how it's 1%, right?
I mean,